Hello everyone and welcome to this short standing practice. My name is Sarah, my pronouns are she, her, and make sure to subscribe to get more plus size yoga videos. So we're going to practice here standing, doing some balancing poses. So I have blocks here. You don't need blocks, but I find blocks really helpful here as well as a chair. So maybe you have a chair or it could be like a stool, something that you could bring your hand to. Now I have two. You really only need one. I just have two so I can turn. You can still see me, but you could just turn to face the other way. But I just want you to still be able to see what I'm doing. So we'll find ourselves a place to stand in the center of our mat. We'll take a breath. Maybe you want to close your eyes. Notice how your body's feeling. Noticing the temperature of your body. Maybe you want to lean into one leg, balancing your weight onto one foot. And then lean your weight onto the other side, balancing your weight onto the other foot. Going back and forth. I'm not fully lifting my feet up off the mat. I'm just leaning into one and then leaning into the other. My heel's coming up a little bit. Maybe you want to think about lifting up that foot and tapping it in and then bringing it back, leaning the weight into that leg, lifting up the foot, tapping in and alternating. So this is a small step, but we're focusing on bringing that weight into one leg. So maybe you want to do a few more of these, or maybe this time you want to focus on lifting up that foot, bringing it in, but not touching it down, and then bring it back out. So we're leaning into that leg, lifting up the other one, bringing it in, and then bringing it out. So really practicing holding that weight on that one leg. Now maybe you want to stay here, or maybe you're doing the taps, or maybe you want to explore this time bringing the foot across in front, and then back. Leaning into that leg, across and back. This is where things get a little more wobbly. Maybe you want to hold a wall. Maybe you want to hold the back of the chair. The key here is to make sure that you're really focusing on balancing the weight in your leg before you pick up that other foot. Because otherwise, if we're doing it fast, we're just sort of like flopping all over the place. We want to really think about being meaningful, putting that weight into that leg, and then moving the leg. You'll have a lot more control over what's happening in the rest of your body if you think about that balance before you swing over that leg. You can keep going, or you could try to bring it behind, see what that's like. So I'm bringing the weight in, lifting it behind, woo, and then bring it back. Totally different experience. And then we can shake it out. Maybe this time we want to come to stand. Taking a breath. We're going to bring our weight into our left foot. We want to tap the toes out in front. Doing a few of these, and then maybe you want to tap our heel out in front. Notice what that feels like on the back line of this leg that you're bringing in front. And also notice how stable you feel on the standing leg when your heel's going out versus when your toes are going out. Is there any difference? You might feel more of a difference just because we've been doing it for a while, over and over. We could shake out that foot, give it a break. And then we'll plant it again. This time we'll tap that toe forward. And maybe we want to lift it out in front, lifting those toes off the ground and then bringing them back. So you could tap down and lift them up and then bring them back. Or you could slowly kick it out with your toes pointed and then bring your foot back. So we're balancing and noticing what you feel in this leg. You want to shake that out, shake out that standing leg. It's been there for a while. We'll come to it again, balancing on that leg one more time. And this time maybe we want to kick out with our heel down towards the ground. And then bring our foot in. Doing a few this way. And then we'll shake it out because we have balance on the other leg. We've done a lot on this left side. Whew. Okay, let's shake it out. Wiggle around a little bit. Do any movement here that feels good. And we'll come to stand again. Taking a breath. And then maybe we want to do that same toe tap out. But this time, actually, wait, we haven't done any of the other runs on this, but so we'll start with our taps in and back. Tap in and back. It's one of the tricky parts of yoga is remembering what to do on each side of the body and how to make it match. So we're doing our toe taps. Then maybe you want to do your heel taps. And again, you can notice how does it feel on this side versus the other side. Do you feel more wobbly on this side? Do you feel more secure? You choose. Well, you're not really choosing. You're noticing what's happening in your body. And then you can shake that out. And we'll do those lifts. So remember that you can do the tap and then lift. So bring your weight in. You could tap your foot down and then lift it up. Bring it back. Or you could bring it out and then back. So tap and up or up. And the tap, when you bring it up a little bit, it doesn't have to be very far. Either one. We can bring it up a little bit hovering above the ground, or you can kick it up a little bit higher. It's your choice. Doing a few with the foot pointed. And then we'll shake it out. Whew. And we'll do a few more with our heel out. So bringing our heel out. And then we can shake that out. We'll come to stand in front of our chair. I'm standing in front of the one that has blocks. If you have blocks, you can have them in front of you. We're going to work on a warrior 3. So we're going to do that transition from a warrior 1 to a warrior 3. So we'll start in our mountain pose, which is standing with our feet balanced, our butts engaged, our core muscles are engaged, our hands are down by our sides. Let's take a step back with our right foot. Our back foot is on a bit of an angle, like 45 degrees. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's not parallel with the back of the mat. We can stick our heel out a little bit. We can bend into that front leg and think about the position of that front leg. Mine's a little bit out to the left. I might wiggle my foot in so it's a little more in center. Now, if you're going to use blocks, you could bring it onto the highest height, or you have this chair in front of you. As I mentioned, I like the chair. So we're going to look forward from here, hinge forward, lifting up that back foot, bring your hands down. And if you're like, no, that's not happening, then don't worry. We can hinge forward, bring your hands down, leave that back foot down. You can think about pointing your toes or being up on your toes with your heel up, if you wanted. Either way, that is our warrior 3. So we'll raise our hands up towards the sky, looking forward, bending into that front knee. We're in a warrior 1 position. And then we think about bringing that weight into that front leg as we lower our hands and our torso and either come up under our toes or lift that back foot up. Taking a breath and then coming back. And again, it doesn't have to be, your leg doesn't have to be parallel with the rest of your body. It can be lower down. I'll demonstrate that this time. We'll start in our warrior 1, so we're bending into that front knee. And we lower our hands down, lifting up our back leg. So your leg is, my foot's off the ground. This is great. This is your version of a warrior 3. Or this is your version. Or this is your version. Or your hands are on block. As you can tell, I don't like that. Or your foot's on the ground. All of these are warrior 3s. Take a breath here. And then we'll slowly come back up. And we gotta do the other side. So I'm going to turn and use this other chair, but you could just turn and face the other direction. Taking a breath here. We're in our mountain pose, so we're engaging our butt. We're engaging our core, hands down by our sides. And then bringing that left foot back this time. Foot's on that 45-degree angle. Bending into that front knee, and check the placement. Maybe making it more in the center of your body. That's because when we have our other leg up, we want to make sure this foot is in the center to help us balance. We can look forward. We can raise our hands up, bending into that front knee, taking a breath, and then we'll bring those hands down, raising that back leg up. Taking a breath, leaning into that front knee, hands down, leg up. And again, we can also tap back, bending forward, tapping back. We can also have the foot up a little bit. So all versions work. Maybe you want to do that transition again in those warrior legs, bent knee in front, back foot is on that 45-degree angle. Arms up for our warrior one, taking a breath, and then we can hinge forward, bring our hands down. Option to bring up that back leg, taking a breath, and then we can come back. And we'll take a step together, maybe take a second, take a breath. Maybe do a little check-in. How did it feel to do the balance practice? Did you like it? Did you not? How did that feel for you? Thank you so much for this practice, and I hope to practice again with you soon, so subscribe for more videos.